Ready? Bang! Hey everyone, it is the Aussie Arm Wrestler back with the number one arm wrestling podcast in the world. Ready? Bang! And this has actually turned into a part two of interview with the great man himself. As you can see, Todd Hutchings, he's come back and he's wanting a bit more. Todd, just quickly, how have you been in the last couple of days since we spoke?
Say that again?
I said, how have you been in the last couple of days since we spoke?
Oh, I've been fine. Everything's going well. Yeah, not a complaint.
Magnificent. So while we've jumped on everyone that is watching, Todd and I have been talking since the last podcast, and I think Todd's either a bit fired up or just wants to add more to this story. He might have jumped on Facebook and read a lot of the comments that have been fired from everyone all over the world has jumped in this conversation. So, Todd, what has been happening on your end regarding this super match with Lachlan Adair?
Like I said, I talked to it's either his agent or his handler, his promoter. I don't know if I mispronounce his name. I apologize, but on Twitter it's like Bella Gay or Bella Gee or something. Anyway, but they proposed flying to Dubai to do a match.
To Dubai,
and I said no. I go, I'll give you my proposal before Sunday. And what is it? It must be Friday there now, right?
Yeah, Friday morning.
I'm an overachiever. I got what I promised Sunday. I got done by Friday. So I sent my proposal to them. Like within the hour. So they have it now. It's in their hands.
So what is your proposal?
My proposal is December 5th, Severn, Maryland, which is 15 minutes away from the Baltimore airport. 6:30 p.m. I'll do the match for $3,000. No, I said $3,000, but in the interest of healing the relationships between our great nations, let's do an Aussie arm wrestler COVID special. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Should we run a special this week only?
Yes.
Okay. This week only, I'll do the match for $2,500.
Yeah, just punch in the code Aussie Arm Wrestler Lachlan, and you'll get $500 off.
It's a $3,000 value for $2,500. WAL rules: no weigh-in, right hand only. Let's do a best of five. If they want to do a wager, I'll cover a wager up to $5,000. If they want to wager more than $5,000, I will have to find somebody else to back that. I can't stack more than $5,000 on the table, but there's been a pretty big outpouring of support. There's been people wanting to put up my half of the money or bet on top of it or something like that. So I'm sure if you wanted to bet more than $5,000, we can arrange somebody to do that. But this is not an evergreen offer. This is 7 days. Send me the $2,500. Put Aussie Arm Wrestler COVID special in the promo code box. Send that to me in 7 days. That will lock the match in. If your Australian travel ban isn't lifted by, say, December 2nd, I'll send the $3,000 back, and we'll just we'll null and void this one and wait to go. But in America, the COVID's probably going to be over with by the time we have our election, and Trump will probably have his vaccine sometime in November anyway. So I got a feeling all this COVID hysteria is probably gone by the end of November, one way or another.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Todd's proposal, and as he has mentioned before, Lachlan just hasn't replied because he's only sent it about an hour ago, so it's a big thing. Yeah, I do not know who. I think it's a Bella, a mate of Lockie's, who was very, very vocal on Facebook. G'day to you, Bella. You certainly I don't know if you were stirring the pot or hyping it up, but whatever you did, it's absolutely worked. So the terms are set. So you got to put basically a bond up, put your part of the match fee up. December 5th, I'll probably be honest, Todd, that I'm not... So Lachlan lives more in the top of the country. I'm more at the bottom, and there's no chance. I don't think I'd be able to get there for December 5th, so I'll have to watch it live on ESPN. So I think you'll have no chance of someone else helping put up the money. Some of the money I was seeing on Facebook, I think it almost got into the tens of thousands of dollars. Everyone throwing money, dying to absolutely see it. So I think people have got no problem putting in more money. So what's the back and forth? Have you spoken to Lachlan direct during this time?
No, I'm not talking to I'm not talking to anybody except Bella Geek, because there's too much made up shit, too much dishonest shit, too much fake shit going on. I'm talking to just the one guy. So, because it's, there's so much talk about I could beat him, I could be that. You know what? If you want a match, let's negotiate a match like professionals. If you want to be little schoolyard punks and shit and do name calling and stuff, go find somebody else. I'm not interested in that. But if you want to do a professional arm wrestling match, I'm your guy. Let's just set the terms. It was really odd to have a challenge match without any of the details necessary to have someone evaluate whether or not they could accept it. So I got my proposal out, and I'm not going to sit around for what? An indeterminate amount of time waiting to see whether or not it's going to show up or not. So the date's set. If they send me $2,500 in the next 7 days. And that's a bargain, because if I showed up at a middleweight, I would have asked for a lot more. And if I was an elite super heavyweight, I probably would have asked for double, because those guys make a lot more money than I do. But I'm neither, so it's a bargain at any price.
Absolutely. I'm tempted to just pay $2,500 to come have a beer with you, let alone get my arm ripped off the table. So
you come home, all of your beer's free.
Yes.
Okay? If you can't come here, we will live stream a beer. We will have a beer together on and you can stream it. So
yes, that's what I love to hear. Absolutely. So then, what happens then, Todd? Obviously, you've mentioned that you can't just sit around and wait. And speaking to Lachlan, and I'm hopefully can get Lachlan on the show. If it was up to him, he probably would have been there yesterday. He seems keen, seems super strong. Obviously, he's not one to just go call someone out and not back it up. So he'd be keen to go. So the question is, what happens if, how long would you wait if he can't come December 5th? Like, what's your time frame where you go, you know what, I can't be bothered anymore?
Well, if he sends me the money in 7 days, I wait till December 5th. And then let's say the travel restrictions get lifted. I don't know. I mean, if they're not lifted by December, let's say they're lifted by March. Okay? We'll start talking again in March. But I mean, I have no idea what's going on in your country. When I research this, I cannot believe the restrictions and the rules y'all are living under. My life hasn't changed a lick. I can't. If it wasn't for the news, I wouldn't know there's a pandemic going on. You know what I mean? So when I read about the People's Republic of Australia, I'm like appalled at what's happening to my Australian brothers and sisters. I can't believe what's happening. It's almost like you're living in California, for crying out loud.
Oh, it's absolutely embarrassing. And where I'm in the state of Victoria, Lachlan's up north in the beautiful sunshine state of Queensland. And they've just, made different rules here for all my international supporters. First of all, thank you. But 5 kilometres, so what's that, about 3 miles? I can't leave that far away from my house. I can't go to work. I manage a sports and aquatic centre. I can't go to work. I need a work permit if I pop in for 2 hours a week. And what's the other one? I've got to be home by 9 p.m. I have to be at home, tucked away by 9 p.m.
Oh, egads, man. Last month, I just flew to the state of Minnesota because my uncle's a war vet. He got a helicopter dedicated to his town. Next weekend, I'm flying to New York State to do a seminar. The weekend after, I'm flying down to Florida, where Team Florida practices down there to do a seminar. I'm like, Bo, I mean, except for the fact that there's no WAL, my life really hasn't changed. I'm flying and going everywhere I want. I'm almost replacing my WAL money with doing seminars.
That makes me absolutely jealous. I can't go anywhere. I can't even, if I wake up and even dream of flying overseas, my government will probably fine me. It's ridiculous.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why you guys are so angry. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding because y'all got cabin fever, Maybe once the restrictions are lifted, we're all friends again.
So
maybe this just goes away naturally.
I think that could just be a little bit. I know everyone here in Australia is just dying to compete. All of our arm wrestling clubs down here are closed. We might not have a national competition this year because most of us can't travel anywhere. It's just getting out of hand.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was in a tournament 3 weeks ago. I know there's a tournament, I think, in Nevada last weekend. There's one coming up, and we're having tournaments all over the place.
I know. I'm watching it all. I saw that backyard, or it was called a backyard tournament that you pulled in. That was quite interesting. There was a lovely fight there in the background between a couple of fine ladies of the night.
Not only are we arm wrestling, we got chicks bar fighting in between rounds, right? So if you call an early start on the tall guy and the chicks don't like it, the gloves are off and the chicks are at it, man. They cleared a whole third of that bar. And in typical hillbilly style, we just brought the girls outside and just let them duke it out outside. Then everybody came back in and started drinking again. It's the weirdest thing.
I saw that footage and just couldn't stop laughing. I just thought, out of anyone that's going to get into a fight at an arm wrestling tournament, I didn't think it was two rough looking ladies just in the background there having a drink. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that was something.
But there it is, guys. The match has been set. Todd and Lachlan aren't going to talk to each other just yet. Todd wants to take it in a different way. He's going to talk to the guy that's helping Lachlan set it up there. So would you, besides December 5th, obviously when Lockie hopefully gets over to Maryland, will you talk to him prior, or is it just on the day table, or hopefully you guys have your match and it's beer afterwards?
Send me the money and it becomes professional. We can talk anytime. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I'm talking to this other guy is the one who actually proposed the match to me. This is the guy that reached out to me and said, I can arrange the match. I got a sponsor. I got $3,000. He's the one that actually broached the match. It wasn't even, the match and stuff wasn't, at least I didn't see it posted until days after this guy reached out to me. So that's why I'm talking to this guy, because he's the one that actually contacted me. And they went back and forth for a while. It got a little rough, then it all smoothed out. So, it's a nice professional, just normal match negotiation, like what I'm familiar with. So that's why I'm dealing with him. You can't can't have too many people stirring the sauce at one time. You know what I mean? You got to go. You go to somebody's kitchen. You let that guy, cook the sauce. So that's why I'm dealing with him directly.
That's cool. So I'll tell you what. I can't. It's probably better if people either jump on the phone or something like that, because I don't think people understand just in my opinion, what a cool guy you are. I know some people may have different opinions, but what people at home don't know, if you get a message from Todd Hutchings, it can be intimidating as shit. Let me set the scene for you. I was out walking with my wife and walking my puppy, and then bang, when we started talking again about having a chat about the match, I started reading and I was like, why is Todd angry at me? I thought we're buddies. And then double check.
I'm just misunderstood.
It was hilarious. Just reading. I was like, and yeah, you sounded pretty fired up, and I was like, oh, beauty, here we go. And then obviously, when you jump on and have a chat, it's just you telling me how it is.
I'm just misunderstood. I'm the same soft, cuddly bear you've all known.
So has your mind changed at all in the last couple of days? Is it still 5-0? Are you still winning 3-0, and then the bonus 2 rounds you're still winning 5-0?
Yeah, I look. Of course, everybody sucks their own dick in these sort of things, but I just flat don't see how he wins a match. I just really don't. And all these people, even one of my American friends picked him, and I go, wow. I guess what it does is it's letting me know who actually knows arm wrestling and who doesn't. And I don't see him winning a match. I don't think he's in it. I think the light from where he is, we are so far apart on the skill level. The light from me hasn't even reached him yet. My star will completely burn out before he even sees it. He's just, it's going to be just shameful. It's just going to be bad.
Wow. Wow. I must, it would be, I can't wait to see it. Look, I don't know if you watch any of Lachlan's strength training videos. I mean, if you're just going off strength, the guy looks phenomenally strong. That's for sure. He's definitely a pro when it comes to lifting, and I know you believe in strength training. So on that side of the things, if you watch that, I think where some people, I'm not sure if you can get influenced, but really believe in Lachlan that don't know Lachlan personally. So people that know Lachlan believe he's got a shot, and rightly so if you know someone. But if you ever get a chance to watch some of his training, it's borderline unbelievable. And because you don't post any training, your arm wrestling credentials speak to yourself. So I think because more people see a lot more of Lachlan on the socials, I think that can also have an effect leaning over, because they're just watching him get strong.
Who's he beat of any stature? I watched Mike Aiello cut him up. I watched Mike Aiello just destroy him and then go to the gym and work out. I don't know. So I don't know who else he's beaten I don't know how many shared opponents we have. I've practiced with Mike Aiello. Mike Aiello beat me in a tournament once as well. But other than that, I don't know who else he's beat. If he beats somebody of stature or something, I've missed it. So that would be a secret weapon. If he went out there and he beat, I don't know, Ryan's the strongest arm wrestler in Australia. Can he beat Ryan?
I know they've had a play around at Ryan's house. They kind of had like a type of super match, but they didn't really have the best ref. It was just a mate reffing, and I believe Lachlan pinned Ryan. I think it was 4-2 in there in that. Go check it out on Ryan's channel. I think he has pinned Ryan before. He has in that match, and obviously he's pinned him quite a few times for Ryan to believe Lachlan's got a chance and beat you. So I would say that because Lachlan's probably the number one or equal number one heavyweight in Australia. He's pulled at Zloty. Which I mentioned in the last show made him I called him an amateur, but if you've pulled at Zloty, you're a professional arm wrestler. So I'm happy to admit when I was wrong.
Well,
I was wrong.
Did he win in Zloty?
I
mean, anybody can compete in Zloty. The pros win it, and the amateurs lose in it. So, did he win Zloty?
He didn't win the whole thing, but I believe he either got pins or really bad elbow fouls called and then lost.
Yeah, the fouls are tough over there, but he did beat somebody over there.
Yeah, so then I would probably go back and retract the last statement and call an Australian professional. I'd call Lachlan a professional on that one. But yeah, I'll probably have to check that out. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from, where you see...
No, you know what? I want his credentials to be good. That means I'll have my money tomorrow. So I want him to be credentialed. That works out well for me.
Yes.
So I'll check my PayPal account tomorrow, and I guess I'll have my money. And when I have it, I'll screenshot it and send it to you, and then you're up to speed. How's that?
Oh man, I've been like so thankful that you've just been keeping me up to speed with it all. So yeah, don't worry about that. If you want to send me a photo, fantastic. But yeah, so Todd's called it. He's still calling it 5-0. He thinks it's going to be, I believe he said shameful, embarrassing, or something like that. I'm sure Lachlan believes otherwise, that he's going to come over and win. Otherwise, he wouldn't put up the money. I'm pretty confident you'll get the money soon. 24, 48 hours. I've got no doubt. If I'm going to make a prediction, my prediction would be you'll get your bond or your front up money. Before we finish up and things, I mean, I could talk for hours about this super match, but why Maryland? Why have you picked there?
Oh, I was going to a practice there anyways.
Oh, okay, yeah.
2 reasons. First, Dave Morocco can pull it together. So that's where I just came from a practice. He had 80 people. He had 80 arm wrestlers in his house. So Travis Bajent was there. Ron Bath was there. Paul Lynn was there. Mike Ayala was there last time. Marcio Barbosa tore my bicep there. So all the top elite American arm wrestlers show up there. He's got the ability to set it up. If more people show up, then he's comfortable having at his house. I think it's his son runs a CrossFit gym. It's a great day, and that gym will hold 300 or 400 arm wrestlers if we need it. It's just the ability because it's kind of hard to plan for an event, but if you don't know what's going to happen or not. So you don't want to go out and get like a Coliseum or a stadium or something. So once again, something that should have been figured out before you challenge somebody. So I'm like running around. I'm not running around, but it's like I'm putting together a match for where I was called a punk. You know what I'm trying to figure out? This I shouldn't be doing this work. Someone else should have done this. You know. So, but Severn, Maryland's easy to fly into. It's a nice state. There's plenty of arm wrestlers there. It's set up. It's easy. Like I said, it's 15 minutes from the airport. The only probably easier place to do it would have been Las Vegas, but I don't know enough people in Las Vegas. But I can drive to Maryland.
Well, if you ever
in about 5 hours. So if I got to go there and arrange things or something like that, I can go there and back. You know. But Vegas, I have to get on a plane to go to. So it's real convenient from this side. Dave Morocco's put on tournaments. He puts on big practices. He's got the ability to pull. He'll make it professional. You know. So it's just a good, solid. This is, like I said, something they should have figured out before they started calling me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. You've hopefully given them a lesson. So if they do call out some more big names and things like that, because it's garnered enough attention, hopefully you've shown them a few tips and tricks. But speaking of Las Vegas, shout out to Jason Latona. I don't know if you don't. If you know Jason, he's a pretty good...
I know him and his wife very well.
Yeah, he's a pretty good hookup down there in Las Vegas. Shout out to Jason. He seems a pretty good guy. We've talked a fair bit, Jason, so shout out to him. So there it is, everyone. We'll just wrap it up here in a nice little bow. Todd, man, this is going to be unreal. December 5th. With a little asterisk, if you've got a diary, whack it in your diary. It is a super match. You can call it a grudge match. Hopefully after the match, Lockie and Todd are smashing beers together and having a laugh about all of this, because it may have got a little bit nasty on the internet and things like that. Some things were said. I'm glad it didn't get kind of too personal. Sometimes when it gets to Facebook, it can get nasty. But December 5th, it's a best of 5. It's WAL rules, everybody. WAL rules. It's Todd Hutchings versus Lachlan Adair. Todd predicts 3-0 with a bonus 5-0 at the end of it. Easy money in Maryland. Down there, so nice and easy for Lachlan and his crew. To get over there, which is good. If anyone watching from Maryland that can put Lachlan and his crew up, that would be great. Todd, have you got one final thing to say before we wrap up about this awesome super match?
No, I appreciate you letting me come on the show and get my side out. I wasn't going to, type back to every comment and stuff. So I appreciate, you helping me out here. I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, man, you've helped me out. I've got a world champion on my show. So, man, you've helped me out more than I've helped you out. But definitely glad you've seen it that way. Guys, one last time. Ready? Bang! December 5th. December 5th, guys. Lock that in. Todd, I am always grateful for you coming on the show, mate. Really appreciate it. And I cannot wait to chat soon.
All righty. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for watching, you legends, and don't forget to pin the subscribe button. Tell all your mates, and as always, ready, bang!